Are you ready to unlock your full potential and maximize your productivity? Look no further than Productivity Smarts, the ultimate audio podcast hosted by renowned productivity expert Gerald J. Leonard. In every episode, Gerald shares captivating stories, invaluable tips, and cutting-edge strategies that will transform the way you approach productivity. Whether you're looking to reduce stress, overcome overwhelm, or simply get more done in less time, Productivity Smarts has got you covered. But that's not all. You'll also gain inspiration from real-life success stories of individuals who have achieved greatness through productivity. Plus, you'll learn the latest tools, techniques, and habits that will help you achieve a new level of happiness and fulfillment in your personal and professional life. So why wait? Join us every week as we delve into the exciting world of productivity and help you unleash your full potential. Get ready to take your productivity to the next level with Productivity Smarts. As a productivity expert and host of the Productivity Smarts podcast, Gerald J. Leonard has been a proud supporter of Kiva since 2011. Kiva is a non-profit organization that helps entrepreneurs in third-world countries access the capital they need to start or grow their businesses. By making a small loan through Kiva, you can help these entrepreneurs achieve their dreams, support their families, and contribute to their local economies. And with a repayment rate of over 96%, your loan can be relent to another entrepreneur once it's repaid, creating a ripple effect of positive change. So if you're looking for a meaningful way to make a difference in the world, consider making a loan through Kiva. With loans as small as $25, anyone can be a microlender and help change lives. Visit kiva.org to learn more and start lending today.
All right, Gerald.
Okay.
What's your superpower?
Well, my superpower is accelerated learning. And like I said earlier, I discovered that through a issue I had with vertigo, where I lost the ability to walk 6 weeks before my TEDx talk. And I was able to recover because I'm a musician as well. And the neuroscience of music allowed me to accelerate my ability to rewire my brain, if you will. And in the process, I discovered a lot about neuroscience and epigenetics, and I found this coach called Dr. Paul Shealy, and he taught me about whole brain learning and photo reading and all these other accelerated learning, transformational learning techniques. And I started putting them into practice because I was constrained. I wouldn't say disabled. I was constrained in how much I could do every day. And so I just started using my mind more, meditating and so on and so forth. And I found myself reading 5 or 6 books a week and taking classes and really enjoying it. And then over this last year, I've taken actually simultaneously 4 Ivy League classes in AI. And it's been fun. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it was fun.
Nice. Tell me about what inspired you to launch your course.
Well, what I'm building is called Jet Prompt Optimizer. And when I first started the AI classes, I was like everybody else, struggling, trying to figure this thing out. Like, how does this all work? What's the LLM? And, this all the science behind it. Because this wasn't a weekend course. This was like studying with PhDs from Johns Hopkins and the Chicago Booth Chief AI Officer Program, Kellogg's program, and so on. And as I went through all the material, we had exercises to do. And so I started on the side building out these custom tools. And I look around and I'm like, wait a minute, I have like 60 of these custom tools that I've built. And one was a prompt optimizer, because everything that happens with AI is all about the prompting. And many people think that AI is broken. AI is not broken. We just don't know how to communicate it with clearly. If you were dropped in China, you'd have to speak Mandarin to get anything out of China. And so it's the same thing with the LLMs and AI. You have to speak the language and the grammar of AI. And so over time, I learned to speak the grammar and language. And instead of trying to keep remembering it and put it on a checklist, I built it into a tool where I could just give it a couple of sentences and it would give me either a small rewrite, a full page, a PhD level prompt of 3 pages, or it would build a system configuration for me for the programs that I was in. So it made my job easier. And then my professors started going, "Where'd you get that prompt?" That's when I knew I was onto something, because they were like, "Okay, let me know as you're working on that, let me know when it's available, because this is pretty good."
So take me on that journey of developing this and how you're going to bring it out.
Yeah, sure. So the way I'm developing the Jet Prompt Optimizer, again, I started off as just a custom GPT, right? And it was very basic. It had maybe a couple of knowledge files and so on. But as I learned about tree of thought prompting and all these different frameworks and formats, I started adding it to it, and I learned how to write Python and how to add things to it. And pretty soon, it was consistently giving me, and anybody who asked me to hey, take this prompt and can you run it through your system, amazing results. I was getting the goal out of the system, and it allowed me to start building other systems. And so I started sharing it with some of my coaches, some of my colleagues that shared it with my classmates, and they started saying, hey, are you going to produce this as a product? Because this is really good. This solves a big problem. And I kept hearing about AI slop and all the hallucinations of AI. And so I built Six Sigma into it and other frameworks so that it would actually create the prompt and then evaluate it, and then have another LLM evaluate that and use the agents and relearning and all the strength of AI to ensure that what it gave you was actually what you really wanted, not just the output that it think it should give you or the hallucination that it should give you.
What results have you seen in your own life since you started this work?
Since I've started this work, I have now 2 patents, right? And they don't give patents for AI unless you've created something new. And because of being in 4 Ivy League schools at the same time and learning from Johns Hopkins and Kellogg, I was picking a little bit from here and picking a little bit from there and started putting it together. And guess what? You have something new, or unique, or different, because you have all these different perspectives. And the people I'm learning from, again, they have 40 years of experience in this field. And we had mentors and coaches. So it allowed me to really be able to grasp that information and build something truly unique. And again, as I shared it with colleagues, coaches, and mentors, and they saw the power of it, they started asking me, when is this coming out?
Awesome. What results or outcomes can people expect when working with you?
You know, working with me, I love helping, and I do it for chaos and frustrations in firefighting and putting systems and automation around it so that you get your life back. Because me and my wife, we just adopted a 1-year-old Malamute Husky, right? And they can tear up your house. And so, you know, we had to give him structure. And so I photo reading and learning, I used AI to become my Caesar. So it's really allowed me to be able to, for my own life, but also for my clients, bring calm to the chaos, bring discipline and system processes to a lot of the chaotic situations so that people they're not just burdened by the job and overwhelmed, but they're actually being able to get their life back. They can go to their kids' programs. They can have a weekend away. They're not working and burning the candle at both ends. They're able to live their lives, and it makes it a lot of fun for us to go to work and know that the systems are doing the heavy lifting, and we can be humans and connect on an emotional level.
What could you tell me about your course? Do you have that kind of planned out yet?
Oh, no, I have the Jet Prompt Optimizer. There's a community that's going to be a part of it, but it's really going to be a tool that people can subscribe to, just like they subscribe to Netflix or some other tool. So it's not a huge ask up front to become a part. In fact, you can start, when I launch it on the 16th of January, you'll be able to use it for free, right? On a limited basis, but you can get a taste of what it's like. But if you decide to join and become a part of the subscription process, you get access to all of this, and it keeps a library, so all the prompts that you do create. And as you're using it, it's going to teach you through just naturally using it. You're going to learn how to really talk to the large language models, and you're going to see yourself thinking differently about the prompts that you get. At first, you're just going to give it a train of thought, right? Kind of prompt or just whatever you're going to type in. But then you're going to see how it structures it. And you're like, oh, okay, that's what it's doing. So now I need to think differently. And it's really going to train you how to communicate with the large language model and get the most out of AI so that you're not wasting time just trying to, throwing darts at the wall or something.
Tell me something. For those watching, what's the best way that people can reach you?
Well, they can reach me through my website, and that's going to be the jetpromptoptimizer.ai. And you'll be able to find me there and find out about the tool and find me on social media. I do a lot on LinkedIn. I write a lot of articles for major magazines and, again, my books and so on and so forth, and my podcast, Productivity Smarts. But you can find me on the website, jetpromptoptimizer.ai. If you're enjoying the content and finding it valuable, we would appreciate it if you could take a moment and leave us a review. Your feedback is important to us and helps us reach a wider audience. If you leave us a 5-star review, it would mean the world to us. Not only does it help us improve the podcast, but it also helps us attract more sponsors and grow our community. Thank you again for your support and for listening to the Productivity Smarts podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to Productivity Smarts, where we help you achieve your goals and live your best life. We hope you've gained valuable insights and actionable strategies to boost your productivity and increase your happiness and fulfillment. Remember to apply what you've learned and keep striving towards your goals. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more inspiring episodes and expert advice from our host, Gerald J. Leonard. Until next time, keep pushing forward and unleashing your productivity smarts.